Well, good evening, health coaches, health coach extraordinaires. This is Craig, and this is our weekly health coach training. We do this for those of you, you may not know about all of the different trainings that are offered, but Monday nights there's three basically different places or times that you can actually get coach training. The first one starts at 5 p.m. And oddly enough, I will put the Zoom numbers in the chat. So if you don't have all three of them, 5 p.m. Let's see here. Come on. This is the 5 p.m. one. And then the 5:30 is here. That's called Equipping You for Success. And then the 6 p.m. one is the one you're on right now. So you all know how to get a hold of that one. But basically, it's about an hour and a half to 2 hours once a week where we go through and we grow skills, we learn stuff. It's kind of the way that a lot of us health coaches stay connected because with our coaching practices, we're independent health coaches that don't work in an office, typically coaching. And so you don't have a lot of the experience when you go into a job or a work, when you have people that they're your coworkers that you get to talk to. And so this is kind of our time for us to talk. The first two times are more of webinar trainings, and this is our small community, our coworkers really. And so we do this every Monday night. And we've got a nice presentation for you today. Today's going to be quite a bit of participation to hear from each one of you. Because one of the things I don't want to do is just sit here and talk. The reality is that if we're not engaged and connected and we're not taking action, all of this is a waste of your time. If you're not engaged and you're not actually moving forward and you're just showing up to check a box off, it's probably not going to do you much good. It's probably not going to do anybody else any good either. I'm here because I want to be here. I want to be with you guys, and I want to help you guys grow personally, professionally, relationally, vocationally, financially, all those different leeways. The leeway. Did you get it? Yeah, that was a stretch. So the first thing I want you guys to do tonight is I'd like everybody, if you're not driving, to just kind of close your eyes. And what I want you to do is just think about your day. Think about whatever's happened with your day from the time you woke up until now. And then in one word, I'll give you some time to get it. One word that describes your day. And then we'll go around. Everybody's going to say their word. We'll give you 10 seconds. All right. So Carrie York, you are up first. Let me unmute you. Well, there you go. What is your word?
I was very sleepy.
Sleepy. Okay.
Very nice. So sorry, 2 words.
That's okay. Sleepy. Good. And what was the second thing you said?
Sick.
Sleepy and sick. Okay. Thank you. Amber.
Engaged.
Engaged. All right. Carrie Armstrong.
Intentional.
Intentional. Very good. Diane.
Fulfilling.
Fulfilling. Oh, very good. We're going to go Angie next.
Routine.
Routine. Okay. Martin. You're on mute. There you go.
I thought you were unmuting.
I was Thinking about it.
That's what I heard earlier. I will unmute you.
Okay, I'll unmute you.
Referrals.
Referral? Is that what you said?
Referrals.
Referrals. Very good. All right. Lynn. There you go.
Joyful.
Joyful. Very nice. Mandy, you're up. I unmuted you.
Long.
Long. Very good. Dawn and Kelly. First, we'll go with Dawn first.
Busy.
Busy. How about you, Kelly?
That was my word. Busy.
Ooh, busy times too. I bet you probably lived together. You probably hung out a lot today. Yeah, good. All right, Eric, you're up. Let me try to unmute you. There you go. Late. Okay. Fair enough. Darla, you're unmuted.
Okay. How about, can I use a couple words? On the go.
On the go. Sounds good. All right. And there's somebody on a 509 number, telephone. What's your word? Telephone caller? I'm talking to you. Oh, Deanne. Deanne, is that you on the phone?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Deanne. Did you hear the question? It was one word that describes
Yeah.
your
It was kind of boring
boring.
at work.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Perfect. Yeah. So what I wanted to do there, this is something that I've seen done in a couple groups, and it kind of helps us to consider our day and to transition into what we're doing now. That you all chose to be here. Nobody had to be here. You chose to be here, but previous today, we're not sure whether you chose to be there, you had to be there, you were just kind of letting the day pull you around. But you guys chose to show up tonight for our training, and so I'm curious. I was just curious to kind of we can see everybody's had a little bit different day, didn't we? Yeah. For me, it was, I would say, relational. That's what I'll say for my day. Yeah. Met a lot of fun people. We did a lot of celebration calls. So that was really good. The next step of what I'd like to do is talk a little bit about what's going well. Kind of think about your holiday season. We're halfway through December. You guys have hopefully your tree, if you have a tree, it's up so you can spend as many days waking up to that beauty in your living room as possible and enjoying. Hopefully you've got your Christmas presents. Want to hear a crazy thing about Christmas presents? I always thought that the deadline was really the night before Christmas to have them wrapped properly, because people are going to get them and open them up the next morning. And it dawned on me a couple years ago, you wrap them as quickly as possible and put them under the tree so you can look at them for days and days and days and days and days. Right? It's not about opening them. It's about appreciating them, the abundance and that you've thought of people and all of those kind of things. So that was a kind of a mind shift for me. But I love to wake up to the lights and the season and all those kind of things. So I'm curious, and everybody doesn't have to share, but I would sure love it if you did. Do you know you're off mute, Mandy?
No.
That's okay.
Thanks.
I can mute you. Yeah, there you go. I'm curious to think about what's going well, or what are you happy or excited or looking forward to? A number of different ways. Who wants to go first? Lynn Ann, you always.
Oh my
go
gosh.
first.
I knew it. You know what? When you talk about emotional mismanagement, I mean, I am getting there. I'm growing, and I feel like poor you guys, Martin and Craig, that just like hang with me. But,
It's not for us. It's a privilege.
it may be slow. Thank you. You honor me. It may be slow, but I'm learning a ton of stuff, and I'll be able to turn around and help somebody else later.
So is what's going well as are you giving yourself grace and time to grow?
Yes.
Are you?
Like, you know what? Don't beat yourself up. I mean, if you get into that, oh my gosh, I have to do this, I should have done that. And they say shoulding on yourself, like, I should have done this, and now I feel guilty. And now what am I, you know what? I just need to
Well, instead of
stop.
shoulding,
There's no room.
just do it. If you think about this, you can should have done it or do it.
Or just actually do it.
I mean, maybe you do less. Maybe you should have done 20 things, but just do one.
That's liberating. And then I think I'm scared of doing stuff, not afraid of talking to people, but Martin's always telling me that the answer is action.
Yeah.
Like if you just do the stuff that you don't have time for, all the emotionality, all of the drama and getting worked up over stuff, whatever. And to really, I mean, I'm starting to actually see, I would hear people talk about, oh, it's not about you, it's about other people. I'm like, I didn't understand that. But the more people I run into in my job at my church, I'm like, wow. And they'll say things to me and they get all teary-eyed. I'm like, this person really needs help. What if, and you know what else I didn't understand? When people say, get out of your own way. I'm like, what's that? I didn't even, like, what does that mean? It was like the mole theory. But now I get it.
Good. It's good. Thank you. So it sounds like a land of discovery and breakthroughs or ahas. So Debbie Luntz, did you have a word? I know you were talking with Pamela there. Did you have a word that describes your day? It could be working late.
Christmas. In retail.
There you go.
That's what it is.
Got it.
End of the year in accounting.
Yep. You know, one thing I love about you, Debbie, is that you're showing up, even though you're at work, you're showing up. You're showing up. I see you on these all the time.
I know. You would think that something would happen, huh?
It's happening.
But, I know it is. But I have to thank you for being, you were just texting me, but yesterday I was just like in full on and it ended up turning out fine, the live.
It was fantastic. Who saw Debbie's live on Sunday, right? Well, that was the second one, because the first one, she thought she blew it. She just blew it up and deleted it. And so she did it. I don't know what the first one looked like, but the second one was fantastic, Debbie. I wish you would give yourself more grace, because you just step into your greatness.
Well,
we love you, Debbie.
Well, thank God only like 4 people saw it, but I was just like, I was thinking I was in a Zoom and I was going to share my screen. Oh. And I realized that I couldn't share my screen, and my whole brain just went, there goes my whole presentation.
Oh,
oh my gosh. So I was just like, I remember Eileen saying one time, it's all right, you could just stop it and then delete it. So I said, I'm going to redo this, and I stopped it and then deleted it.
Perfect. Well, the one you recorded was great. Yeah, it was great.
I gathered myself.
Yeah. Well, good job. Good job for you. You know, you guys are a lot of you, Lynn Ann and Debbie, by the way. One of the things, you might not be hitting a home run, but you're getting up to bat and swinging the crap out of that bat. Seriously. I mean, you are swinging. And I'm just like, you're going to connect. Just keep it up. You guys, I see a lot of you. You're getting up to the plate and you're swinging that bat. And you're giving people a chance to choose a path that leads not to weight gain, but to life change. Because diets ultimately lead to weight gain. Optavia leads to life change. Nobody in the history of losing weight wanted to gain it back. But virtually everyone does. That's not what Optavia is about. I hope you let that simmer down and settle. It's not what it's about. And you're part of Optavia. So what else is going well? Who wants to share?
Craig, can I share?
Hi, Darla. Absolutely.
I did that new coaches
Week training.
Yes, thank you. And I've gotten 3 referrals from it. So people who actually went on and then listened to it, and now I just got to connect with them. So I'm very grateful for that.
Yep. Yeah, there was a pilot, just so all of you know, there's things that are brewing. We did a pilot test of a 1-week launch your coach business. And we had a few of you guys that attended that. And the results are fantastic. And I'd love to hear, I know that there was a few people that went to that. I know Darla was one of them, so thank you. Does anybody else from that have something that they wanted to share? Maybe they're excited about, or what's going well? Or from anything that if you were part of the pilot coach training, you can share, or anything else. Yeah, Kelly.
Yeah, I was on that, and I was able to connect with a couple people, and one guy that I know, and 2 guys that I know, and one ended up becoming a client, and the other guy's on the fence.
Wow.
Yeah.
In 1 week, you put a couple people on the fence, and one of them jumped off, is what you're saying.
Right.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just get them on the fence, folks. Get them on the fence. Oh, what? How did that? I'm curious in your confidence level and in the sequential process of what that was like to go through something like that and then have that kind of an outcome.
It was great. It was just more experience for me, and just doing the health assessments, I feel really confident. And yeah, it's just a matter of doing it, and I've done it, and yeah, it was great.
Yeah. You've had a couple clients this month already, and I remember you're getting really good at health assessment. Kelly, do you realize you've probably doubled your coaching skills in the last 90 days? Like seriously, actually probably the last 60 days. Like, I'm so proud of you. Good job, Kelly. It's so good. Yep. Who else? One more person. What's going well? Martin, were you going to share?
Yeah, it was more of in relation to something that you're talking about earlier of staying committed and working what we know, or working I don't say the process, but working the system. And it's most people, or some people may know, quarterback Steve Young, San Francisco 49ers, BYU, successful Hall of Fame career. While he was at BYU, I think his first or second year at BYU, he wanted to quit. Hated school, called home, asked his dad, I want to leave school. I want to quit. Dad said, that's great. I'd be more than happy to support you in that. Where are you going to live? Because you're not coming home.
Yeah.
You can quit. I'll support you. I'll cheer you on, and I will be here for advice, but home is not an option.
Wow.
He thought he had a safe haven. He didn't. So he stayed. He recommitted to what he had in front of him, and it served him pretty well.
Nice. Great story. Yeah, I wonder if we sometimes don't think we've been around Optavia. Quite frankly, we've taken the good way that we feel a little for granted. It's like, oh yeah, I'm part of Optavia. I have hope tomorrow's going to be as good as yesterday, maybe a little better. I bet all of you know that tomorrow's probably going to be just a little better than yesterday. You are just an anomaly in the world. Do you realize how rare you are? I don't think you know. I don't think we understand when we're in this culture and we're around these people how great we have it. I did a bunch of client celebrations, probably all about 2 months celebration calls with Diane today. She just packed my schedule up and we had so much fun today. And getting in there and talking with people, do you realize what we get to do? I got to meet strangers and I got to say, tell me about what's going well with you. And I got to celebrate. A stranger was coming alongside somebody and saying, oh my goodness, tell me more about that. Wow, how did that make you feel? What? You're learning what? Oh my goodness. It's just all these fun things. And then toward the end, the last one, it was like, do you realize the reality of when the teacher learns the most? And the second thing is that when we're helping other people, if we don't want to let this thing ever get away from us, we need to actually be part of it. And she was like, wow. And immediately she said, well, I have to know more. And then we told her, well, no, you don't. And you know, she goes, I have to, because I don't want to be telling people what to do. And Diane said, well, do I tell you what to do? She goes, well, no. She goes, well, why would you want to do that then? Anyway, we just had this kind of really frank thing. And she goes, well, I have a lot of time now and I sure am enjoying this. I was like, why don't we just take a look and kind of explore what that would look like for you? Why don't you set up a time with Diane and we'll just see if there's a fit here. I know we're going to have a lot of fun together if you choose to join us, and a lot of people are going to smile because of it. It's just that, so we invite people in, not because this is a drag, but because this is fun. If it's not fun, you're doing it wrong. And, you know, there was a saying about, so listen, kind of hear my words here. If you're by yourself and you're getting beat up, drop the stick. So think about that. Why would you beat yourself up? I thought you liked you, right? So if you're sitting there all up in your brain and you're telling yourself negative stuff, drop it. It doesn't serve anybody, especially you. Just treat yourself kindly. I don't know. It's just, we all have those voices in our head. You guys probably think I'm so positive I don't have them. That's not true. I have them too. I just have learned to ignore them. Oh yeah, that might be true, but I'm going to do this anyway. Right? What if you said, maybe, and you just kept doing it anyway? I don't know. I mean, just think about the reality that if other people aren't beating you up, why would you beat yourself up? Be kind to yourself. Give yourself a little hug. You know, take good care of yourself. You have value. Martin, did you have something?
Yeah, and I can't remember where I heard this at, but maybe it was on a training call, who knows. But when we're out in public, it's hard to not hear other conversations. It's hard to not eavesdrop on what's going on around us. As hard as I try, I still poke my nose. I still may hear someone else's conversation. Is the conversation in your head worth sharing with those around you? The conversation that's going on between your ears worth sharing.
Yeah, that's a good. There's so many ways to think about this, but the reality is you have to decide what voice you're going to listen to. I can tell you don't listen to the voice or listen to it. I mean, whatever, if that's working out for you, but you just might consider, you know, being kind to yourself and giving yourself time to transform. Did I cut you off, Martin? Were you done? You were done. Okay, good. Yeah. So we've got some other things I want to talk about now. It's just kind of that first part of this call was just trying to connect with you all and helping us kind of cast some vision for why we're here and what we're doing. And you don't have to help anybody, but if you want to, we'll show you how. You know, and it's a lot of fun, by the way. It's a lot of fun. I had so much fun with you, Diane, today. It was so much fun today. Thank you for helping those people as well as you do, and then bringing them to me so we could just have a fun with them. That was really good. So
It was fun for me too.
okay.
It really is, you know, and that's what I love about this is that you don't have to be alone. You know, I mean, sometimes it feels a little lonely. I don't know about your perspective, everyone on this call, but it can feel lonely. I live out on an island and it can feel kind of lonely, but I always know I have a lifeline. I can reach out to Craig or, you know, anybody else. Amber, I'm sure if I called to Amber, she would take my call, right, Amber? Or Lynn or Dawn and Kelly. Just so that's what's so unique about this is that we have that.
Yeah.
And I love it. And we get to share our clients with each other. And
what a
you know,
what a
so
beautiful
cool.
way to say that. We get to share our clients with each other. Go ahead, Kelly.
Yeah, we just have all the support of everybody. You know, it's just it's a family of support, you know. And yeah, that's what I appreciate. You know, when I have a question, usually I just call you, Craig, or text you.
Yep. Yeah, it's good. So we're going to kind of transition a little bit here and just kind of talk a little bit about, take a little bit of an assessment. So in the chat window there, think of 1 as you really are just lost, and 10 is you are fully engaged. And so when you think about working your challenge, the challenge, spending time with your challengers, knowing how to coach them, feeling confident that you know like what you should be doing with them. You know, so a 10 is you're solid with it, and a 1, you're what challenge? We're in a challenge, you know? I mean, I'm telling you, you can, if you're that way, absolutely. So go in the chat and just put on a scale of 1 to 10 what you feel like your challenge coaching skills are, that you know what to do, you feel confident. And so some of those skills are tagging people when they come, knowing that they're actually in the challenge. Do you know where to find people? Have you had a goal session? Do you know how to have a goal session? Right? If you don't know how to have a goal session, want to learn? Let's do one. They're fun. They're my favorite. Right? What was that in Elf? Smiling's my favorite. Make work your favorite. Isn't that what they said? So good. Anyway, for those of you that watched the movie Elf, the rest of you, bah humbug. Anyway, so having a weekly check-in to see how your people are doing. Are you communicating with them? Are you interacting with them? Do you feel confident? All right, so we got a few people. Yes, she lives up in the Puget Sound. It's actually the what are those islands called, Diane?
San Juan's.
San Juan. That's right.
You're not part of the San Juans.
Ish.
No, but we're right there. I mean, don't get into the explanation too much.
That's close. You technical engineer, you, Martin.
I know.
Only about 60 miles difference.
Yeah, only about that. So, well, some of you, okay. And so if you would like to become a 10, I've got time. I'd love to spend that with you guys, and we can talk about that one. One of the most important things, I'm just going to go over the most important thing. Well, the first thing is knowing who they are. If you don't know who they are, yeah, you probably need to know that. So you need to be able to go and look, you know. I'm curious, Whidbey Island. I'm curious about, I'm having 3 conversations here at once. Wow, I'm in fat burn. Who can tell? 9 pounds, 2 weeks. Feeling pretty fantastic. This program is that good. Yeah. The whole concept here is learning who is in the challenge And if you've never gone and seen who's in the challenge, who are the members, then how would you know? I think last time I checked, we were up to, what were we up to? Just around 300. Let me check right now. We are at 294 people, right? And so think about the reality of finding out who's in there. And then the second most important thing is that you message them. You'll have to be messenger friends with them or they wouldn't be in there. It's impossible for them to get there having you invited them and you're not friends. Okay. So sending them a message saying, hey, let's talk today. I want to catch up on how you're doing in the challenge. Whether you're actually integrating or not, let's catch up anyway. And if they're totally engaged, fantastic. If they're not engaged, fantastic. It's just a reason. It's an excuse to say hello. Quite honestly, what happened is you said, I'm going to do this cool thing. And they said, I want to do it. That's the minimum. Probably they wanted to do it, but they don't know how to do it and their life's in the way and they need you so bad to help them get their life turned around because you have structure and you have some hope, you have some process that they don't have access to. People say, oh, I'm so busy. I'm so busy. I'm so busy. That's exactly the reason why your life and your schedule dominates you. Let me introduce you to my friend Optavia. Serious. Like if it's constantly dominating you, would you want it that way? Have you stopped to breathe and think about if you could pick your life, would you pick yours? I don't know. Something to think about. So those are the main things. Know that they're in there. And the second thing is connect with them. I could care less if they watched the third recipe and cooked it ever, or if they even know that there's a recipe in there. It's irrelevant. It's all fluff. It's all window dressing so you can connect with them. Are you? Are you chicken to reach out to people that you're the team captain and they're on your team? Lynn Ann, East Coast, huh? Yeah. So lastly, did you know about the 14-day challenge? Who knows about the 14-day challenge? Who? Raise your hand. You do? Amber does. Anybody else know about the 14-day challenge? It started today. Lynn, tell us what the 14-day challenge is.
I'm like so disconnected. It is a challenge that goes from now until the end.
That's the 14-day challenge. There's
Right.
2 whole weeks left. Oh my goodness. A 14. Diane, guess what? Next week, we're launching a 7-day challenge. And I know you're really into the 7-day challenges. It starts next week. Oh, 5-day. Guess what? On Tuesday of next week, we're launching a 5-day challenge. Or Wednesday, one of the days anyway. But I just posted on my Facebook thing that we're starting a 14-day challenge today. And there's still time to get in case you missed it. You saw that thing and it zoomed by in your feed and you came back the next day and you couldn't find it. Here's another chance to join the 14-day challenge. Right? But it's the same challenge. But if we don't invite them to something, then they'll be doing something else. So why not invite them to a 14-day challenge? And next week, let's do a 7-day challenge. Right? And so think about those kinds of things. Those are those ideas there. So anyhow, that's pretty much the content. I'm curious. We're going to kind of finish up here pretty quickly, but I'm curious if you guys if you've had a little shift today, if you've had some encouragement. Actually, what I'd like you to do is to close your eyes again, unless you're driving, and think about the 40 minutes we just spent together. And what's another word that you have that will encapsulate this last 40 minutes that you've had? Amber, you go first.
Hope.
Hope. I like that word. How about you, Diane?
Inspired.
Inspired. Yep. Lynn-Ann?
Free.
Free. It's a fun word. The Carpenters.
Oh, you go first this time.
Ooh.
Whoa.
I know, right? You guys are adorable.
I said common unity.
Common unity. Ooh.
Supported.
Supported. Martin.
No.
I couldn't hear you.
I said no.
No. Okay.
Because, well, there's a reason behind that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how you spelled that. Was it K-N-O-W or N-O?
And no, go for no.
Go for the no. I like
Go
it.
for the no.
That's a book, by the way. You want to Google that. Angie?
Encouraged.
Encouraged. Very good. Carrie York.
I'm going to say encouraged also.
Encouraged also. All right. Deborah. Deborah. What's your word? Okay. Is Excel or spreadsheet?
I was going to say encouraged. I would say educated.
Educated. Okay. Very good. Mandy, you're up. You'll have to unmute yourself. We'll come back to you. Eric, you're up. Oh, Mandy, you're up.
Enlightened.
Enlightened. Very good. Okay, Eric, you're
I was
unmuted.
on hopeful.
Hopeful. Very good.
Hopeful. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Darla, you're up. You're unmuted.
I am going to say explosive.
Exclusive. Wow.
No, explosive. I'm going to
explosive.
Next month.
I love it. I love it.
Between now and the next month.
Perfect. Ooh, I love it. Deanne.
Encouragement. Now it's before I heard all the other ones.
Oh, good. No, I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing. Well, I hope this gives you just kind of a little something to think about. You might, when we get off the phone, we're getting off a little bit early, but you might go post something about the 14-day challenge that started today, and you've got room on your team. Maybe you want to build a team of 10 people, 5 people. Think about something. Talk about what you've accomplished. I'm about to do a Facebook Live talking about the first 2 weeks and what's changed, what's been happening, my micro goals. You've got the calendar. I'm running my Habits of Health app now. Lots of little things that I'm tuning up here. And it's in December. And there's been some days where I had to battle. I had to battle for what I want. Battle hard, right? I had some hungry days. And it's like, when I got on the scale this morning, it was all worth it. So I'm feeling really good. So I want to give you guys some encouragement there. And we will see you guys. When's the next time I get to see you? Well, hopefully you'll book some time with me, but otherwise we'll see you on Friday mornings, 10 a.m. We do a little power hour. And even if you're working or something, Debbie tunes in from her desk and she listens in and takes a couple actions. Even just a couple of actions a day are going to be 200% more than zero. Just one person, you say, hey, I was thinking about you. Just those little things. Do what you can, build your future, and give people hope. And of course, Saturday at 7 is our challenge huddle up for the coaches. So, all right, you guys, sure enjoy being with you. You have a good night. Good night, everybody.